Hello everyone, I'm getting a short break before Peyton Manning plays the Steelers tonight, so I wanted to go over a video real quick. This is 3.1, and this is going to be solving equations. And as a review on solving equations, everything should end with x equals. Okay, everything should end with x equals. Alrighty, this one should be pretty quick, so let's go on through. If we have an equation that's written like this, first of all, we're trying to find the x by itself. We see the equal sign. Some of you are going to draw a line through the equal sign like a balance on a scale. If you don't do that, that's totally fine. As long as I see some work, I'm okay with that. Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to get the variable by itself. So I see the variable x. I see a -5 on the same side. In order to get rid of -5, I have to do the opposite, which is +5 or add 5. However, to keep the equation balanced, I have to do the same thing to the right side here as well. So I'm adding 5. Okay, these are going to go away, and I'm left with simply x on the left side. And on the right side, it's -13 plus 5. So I owe someone $13, but I made $5 after I paid them back. I still owe them $8, or -8. Now it's important, and you guys are going to hate me for this, but you have to do it. I want you to check all of your answers. So I'm going to put -8 minus 5 equals -13. You can check this either by hand or with a calculator, but as long as this is a true statement, something that like -13 equals -13, like we did in the calculator review, check, and you're good to go. For the next problem, before we even start, I see a minus, a negative with a weird parentheses here. I know that subtracting a negative is the same thing as addition, so I'm going to go -8. Oops, I just messed up my screen there. -8 equals n plus 4. Now, I can balance out the equation if I want, but I'm not going to for this one. I need to get rid of the same thing on the n side, which is +4. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So my answer is n equals -8 minus 4 more is -12. Or I can write it like this. Either way is fine. So I'm going to put my check is -8 equals -12 minus -4. Once again, you can check that with a calculator, something like this. So I can go -8, whoops, -12, sorry, minus -4. That does equal -8, so that checks. All right. I would like you to try this one on your own. And we're back. I was told that I'm supposed to sing. I think all of you guys loved it when I sang. When you're back, it's fine. It's pretty fantastic. All right, for this one, we should have gotten -9. -9. X equals -45. And as always, you should have checked your answer. I would like you to try this one. We got some fractions, so be careful, but it's the same concept. I'd like you to try this one on your own. There you go. More humming. Alrighty, I'm going to subtract 1/3 from both sides here. So on this side, I have x equals. Now, the fractions I'm going to write separately. I'm going to go -1/2 plus a -1/3. You could also write this as -1/2 minus 1/3. It means the same thing. We need a common denominator, which is 6. That gives me -3 here and gives me -2 there. They combine to be -5/6. This one we can absolutely check on our calculator. So I go 1/3. Whoops. Plus -1/2, so it checks out. There we are. Last one is a story problem, and you might be asking yourselves as we're solving these equations something like,
Mr. Schmidt, when do we use this?
I don't know if you could hear that, but I definitely do every single day. Okay? A problem like this is solving linear equations. The Salem temp is 93 degrees, but New York City's temperature is 43 degrees Fahrenheit less. So we have to create an equation and then solve the equation. So I'm going to represent Salem's temp here with 93 degrees, and New York City's is 43 degrees less. So you could subtract 43 degrees, and that's going to equal x, where x equals NYC temp. Okay, that's one way to solve it. You could also say 43 plus x equals 93, and we know by rule that we would subtract 43, so we get the same thing there. Okay, there's lots of different ways you could write the equation, but for a problem like this, I'd like you to write the equation out and then simply solve it. And in both of these cases, x equals 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? I would like you to bring both of these to class tomorrow with work and with a check for a grade. Have a great night.